You're watching The Mic Check, on every Monday afternoon at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern.
Hey everybody, welcome back to The Mic Check. Tonight we're doing an upbeat, energetic, doesn't have to be in-your-face announcery sports script. Yes, it's for extreme sports, but it doesn't have to be the classic Sunday, Sunday, Sunday.
Why not?
Doesn't have to
But
be.
it can. Doesn't have to. Yeah. Not
There's your clue.
necessarily have to be in-your-face announcery. Yeah, but it can be upbeat, energetic, because you have to think about it. With extreme sports, you're usually reaching a much younger set, younger audience. Of course, the extreme
So
sports
this is
thing
adult
became popular when I was in my 20s. So, you know, and some of us are still into that. Me, my knees couldn't handle it.
Watching it?
I'm not that into sports anyway. Anyway, I'd rather sit around playing RPG video games. But on the acting side of things, if I got a script for one of these, you better believe I would be auditioning for it, because that makes me a good actor.
They're fun.
Yes. So this is upbeat, energetic, and fun. And for you new guys that are in here, the way we do this is we read this in the round. Everybody goes around and we'll read the copy first. And then after that, we'll discuss the copy, you know, the ins and outs, what we see needs punching, what we see needs pulling back on, and little adjustments that need to be made, where best to mark our copy. And then we will go around, same people that read the first time, we'll do a directed read, and we will read, and everybody in the room will give their input on how they need to adjust themselves to make the copy sound really good and really believable.
Okay, so
And that's it in a nutshell.
Everyone who read the first time, everybody gets a chance to read.
Yeah, everybody gets a cheat. That's what I mean, is everybody who, you know. But we read in the same order that we read in the first time around. And then whoever reads first picks the next guy to read. So
they read, they get to pick.
And that is us in a nutshell. Aside from the fact that we're a lot of fun.
Yeah, I just thinking that. Help them in a nutshell.
I'm in a square.
I'm just a nut, but hey.
That's right.
I'm in a box. Wait a minute. Who here isn't in a box? Oh.
I'm in a box I built for myself.
There you go.
It's my box. Get out. Anyway. Okay, so who wants to take this wonderful Extreme Summer Sports Network script first?
I do.
Okay.
All right.
Take it away, Dan.
Ever want to know what it's like to go flying through? Ever want to know what it's like to go flying through the air on a dirt bike for a living? Watch our series chronicling the journey of one man, one bike, and candid interviews with some of the paramedic friends tonight on the Extreme Summer Sports Network. All right. How about John? You want to go next? Big John?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, yeah, you get to read next.
Oh,
you know, he didn't have the copy? Oh, no.
Go into the chat.
It's in the chat box of the.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, no, apologize. Go right ahead. Just go to somebody else. I just want to listen because I do this for a living. So.
Okay, no worries.
Okay.
Knock yourself out.
Goldie.
Okay. And I'm not going to do it in Scottish right now. Ever wanted to know what it's like to go? Excuse me. Ever wanted to know what it was like? Ever wanted to know what it's like to go flying through the air on a dirt bike for a living? Watch our series chronicling the journey of one man, one bike, and candid interviews with some of his paramedic friends tonight on the Extreme Summer Sports Network. Okay, that one was a little announcery, but let's see, who's next? Tim.
There we go. Had to unmute my microphone. Thank you. Ever wanted to know what it was like to go flying through the air on a dirt bike for a living? Watch our series chronicling the journey of one man, one bike, and candid interviews with some of his paramedic friends tonight on the Extreme Summer Sports Network. We are going to go to Richard.
Okay. Ever wanted to know what it's like to go flying through the air on a dirt bike for a living? Watch our series chronicling the journey of one man, one bike, and candid interviews with some of his paramedic friends tonight on the Extreme Summer Sports Network. Joe.
Okay. Ever wanted to know what it's like to go flying through the air on a dirt bike for a living? Watch our series chronicling the journey of one man, one bike, and candid interviews with some of his paramedic friends tonight on the Extreme Summer Sports Network. RK?
Ever wanted to know what it's like to go flying through the air on a dirt bike for a living? Watch our series chronicling the journey of one man, one bike, and candid interviews with some of his paramedic friends tonight on the Extreme Summer Sports Network. I can't see the... Oh, everybody's moving around.
You got Frank, Nathan, and Russ.
I don't know who was left now.
You got Frank, Nathan, and Russ.
Frank.
Yes.
Take it away, Frank.
Ever wanted to know what it's like to go flying through the air on a dirt bike for a living? Watch our series chronicling the journey of one man, one bike, and candid interviews with some of his paramedic friends tonight on the Extreme Summer Sports Network. Russ?
What? Oh, yeah, okay. Thanks for joining us, Russ. We really appreciate having you.
Ever want to know what it's like to go flying through the air on a dirt bike for a living? Watch our series chronicling the journey of one man, one bike, and candid interviews with some of his paramedic friends tonight on the Extreme Sports Network, Summer Sports Network. Nathan.
Ever wanted to know what it's like to go flying through the air on a dirt bike for a living? Watch our series chronicling the journey of one man, one bike, and candid interviews with some of his paramedic friends tonight on the Extreme Summer Sports Network. That leaves
nobody.
That leave? Okay. You leave nobody. Nobody? Do you want to read? Okay. We don't have a Mike's phone tonight. Okay. I think Joe hit that tongue in cheek just right. There was a bit of tongue in cheek in there. I don't know if anybody noticed it.
Yeah, I did.
Joe caught it right off the bat.
I'm on
Candid interviews.
Yes, with the paramedic friends, yes.
Yeah.
Now, why would he have friends that are paramedics?
Don't you ever wonder why? You got to love those paramedic friends.
Yes. Some of my best friends are paramedics.
I can't understand.
So here, for me, the question always is, how far do they want you to go? You know, if the direction isn't specific enough, it says it doesn't have to be in your face announcery,
but it can be.
But it can be. So the question is, how do you know what they're really looking for? Are they going for that full-on pukey,
cheesy, crappy?
Yeah.
I guess you'd have to see what the Extreme Summer Sports Network is like.
That would help.
You sort of get an idea from there. I mean,
I've looked it up on YouTube or
I don't know
whatever.
if it's
what it is.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a real network or not, but does anybody know?
Mm-mm.
Never heard of it.
Heard of it?
No.
Well,
Googling.
I think it's a fake. It's a fake channel. I think.
As many channels as there are out there, it wouldn't surprise me if there was a real one or one.
Oh, sure.
Go up sometime, but there's always some kind of concept that somebody has. You know? And I'm not too huge on sports myself, but I am huge on research.
Don't tell them
And-
that.
And if the
love
client
everything.
is Extreme Summer Sports Network, I would definitely be looking them up and finding out what their tone
Right.
is.
That's what I would do.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Unless they were looking for something new all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I've
It reads
run
them.
into that where I did an audition and then I got called in to someplace for a callback. And then they asked me to read it in a way where they're like, can you do this like Jack FM?
Yeah.
I'm like,
What?
seriously? Sure. I'm like,
All right.
I can, but is that what you want? And,
Sure.
and it turns out they didn't want that, but they asked for it. So
Oh yeah.
And
Well,
that's what the directions on this to me sound kind of like that, Joe, is well, you can do it this way, energetic, you can go over the top or whatever tweaks you. It's
Right.
like, okay,
Yeah.
that's really no help.
If anyone's interested, I found on the cloud a voiceover by someone named Leah Al Ukda, and she's doing this voiceover.
oh,
Really?
Oh.
This one?
Yeah, do you want to hear it?
Sure.
Yeah, you have to share your screen.
What it's like to go flying through the air on a dirt bike for a living. Watch our series, chronicling the journey of one man, one bike, and candid interviews with some of his paramedic friends
There you go, Joe.
on the Extreme Summer Sports Network.
Mhm.
ah,
Bung,
Ah.
chicka, wow, wow. What the heck was
oh,
that?
okay.
Yeah, right. It sounded like a
Yeah. What the heck?
That
sounded
was
like something
none
you
of
might not want to see on the internet.
Well, obviously, it's the audience that you're trying to attract, young guys.
Yeah.
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 There
Yeah.
you go.
Yeah. It's that 20-something audience in there.
Yeah, I was
18 to
gonna
30,
say
probably.
this is a little of the
Yeah.
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 the sarcasm and attitude kind
Yeah.
of thing.
Yeah, definitely attitude. Yeah.
Yeah, the way she read it though was none of those directions.
Well, it is upbeat and energetic for a millennial read because it's not the deadpan,
No,
No.
but it's not announcery. So
it
I
is.
guess
I think it is a little bit, but not.
it is a little
wasn't-
announcery, yes,
Yeah.
but not in your face announcery.
One
No,
thing
it's
with-
not. It's not like someone said. It's not like the demolition derby Sunday
Yeah.
thing. Sunday,
No.
Sunday,
Right.
Sunday.
It's not
Yeah.
the Ace Toys commercials.
one thing with television promo and with some television promo it's a little easier than others, but there's always these elements where and over the holidays I did holiday spots and the producer was like warm, friendly, my normal guy next door delivery,
But in your face.
but there was things that were in the copy that make it so it's like you're trying to be that,
Right.
but there's words that can literally trip you right back into being announcer man.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I mean think like especially words like chronicling. I mean, who uses that in a sentence? I'm chronicling my day.
Well, if we go through this by sentence, the first one essentially has two question marks. Before
Ever
you
wanted-
have the
right.
spacer, the dirt
Yeah.
bike for a
Or
living.
living,
For a living?
and that almost throws you into announcery too.
Nudge,
Right.
nudge.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Or is that sort of
Yeah.
like a little nudge, nudge? You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Ha ha.
Hey, hey,
For a
yeah.
living? Really?
Yeah.
For a living?
I still maintain though this is an announcer spot.
Yeah. Well,
Mhm.
Yeah.
what's
It's just
the
not. It's not
difference
the in your face
promo
announcer, but it's still,
versus an
still
ad?
announcer.
Yeah. But, it's that common thread of I guess the 20 teens, I'll say it like that, but it's been this thing with got to be conversational, got to feel a certain way to the audience we're reaching,
Mhm.
to make them think you're their best friend,
Mhm.
that sort of thing.
Right.
But what makes it promo versus? I mean, like if you're just going for a conversational read,
Yeah.
that doesn't make it promo. So what makes it promo versus just an ad?
Yeah. Now the
I think that-
promo.
Well, the promo part is Extreme Summer Sport Network because you're promoting
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
network. that
No,
whole-
I'm
that
not
whole-
saying what are we promoting. I'm saying what's a promo read versus an advertisement read if we're just all conversational.
Is watch our series.
Right.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
next
the thing is,
on.
you would
One
never
there's
read this
series doesn't sound
conversationally.
conversational.
No. Well, we could all try it and see what happens.
You would never read this conversationally.
Right, but I'm saying if we
That's
did
what I'm
that, how would it
trying to
sound?
suss out, because I mean, I
Right.
haven't done any promo work, so
I mean,
Well,
it-
you never read any promo work really conversationally. Promo work is supposed to get you excited about wanting to watch. So I mean, promo work in general is never read just like the guy next door, like, hey, how you doing?
it does have a little hint of movie trailer in it with one man,
Right.
one
Come on,
bike.
let's watch this show together. I mean, you're trying to excite people about the fact that they want to watch this show. So
Have you ever wanted to know what it's like to go flying through the air on a dirt bike for a living?
You know,
Yeah,
watch our series, man.
That's probably what bugs me about promo reads is I always hear them and I know that they're trying to associate a particular character
Theme,
voice,
right, for the
theme
show,
with the
right.
network or the show, and it's and tonight,
Yeah.
and run
The
out.
Simpsons. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
don't do that. What nobody, don't say that. But
But people get jobs off of that. How about that?
Yeah.
It does keep your attention, and it does raise the level of interest, and you go, this is important, I should listen to it.
That's exactly why they want to do it that way.
Yeah.
But grab
Now-
your attention now, right?
Yeah.
Now, one thing I noticed, at least for me, and I think for a few other people, was that there was sort of this whole crescendo through the whole thing.
Mhm.
Did you ever want this and then watch and da 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 da?
Right. Wait, there's more.
And I think
going
that
too fast in the middle.
I think that went too much. I liked RK. What's your name? Sorry,
Robert?
I should call you RK. RK Weinheimer?
Okay. Weinheimer. Yep.
RK. Yeah, I liked your read. It. Not that I didn't like anybody else's, but yours in particular hit that not so
Announcery.
announcery, but
See, I felt
still
myself going pretty fast there.
What?
I felt myself going pretty fast. I saw a number of people mispronounce chronicling, and then they went back to it. But yeah, I felt myself going a little bit too fast there, even.
Okay.
But thank you.
Yeah, I think this is written to go kind of speedy. It's that energy.
Right. It's extreme sports.
Through the air.
That's energy,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
That's
It's
energy.
It's excitement. It's all the
Right.
right. Put in there.
So it seems
What
like
do you think there, Dan?
It seems like what we should go for then is in between announcery and conversational, especially since that's the way we heard it. I mean, that's,
Convernoussery. Okay, good.
Yeah, I think you need to do what Joe was doing, and I meant to and missed it. I intended to, but
The
when you
candidate
get to
interview,
that
paramedic friends.
paramedic friends is
Yeah.
kind of either a smirk or
Right.
Yeah.
A
something
wink.
in there
A wink
that's
or
like
something. Yeah.
nudge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe a little sarcasm.
should the joke
Yeah.
start with and candid interviews, or should the joke be paramedic friends be the only?
I think paramedic friends would be the thing.
Okay, just that two
I
words.
actually think the whole line.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I highlighted the whole line
One
first of all.
The
And
whole-
candid interviews with some paramedic friends.
Hey, we got candid interviews with
Some
paramedic
friends tonight on Extreme Sport. That's
With
sorry
some of
to
his
blow yours off.
paramedic friends.
No, it's interesting.
Yeah, that's it. And candid interviews with some of his paramedic friends.
Yeah.
Paramedic
Some
friends.
of his paramedic friends.
Who was
Tonight
talking
on
about
Extreme
it
Summer
being
Sports Network.
a movie trailer deal? Because that
Never
that's
wanted to
pretty close
know.
that it is one man,
This-
one bite.
Yeah, you
and
got
then-
that peppering of that in there because of
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's
You
written
were-
that way.
It's all over the place.
It's literally okay because I mean when you start out, you got that conversational thing going. Hey, you ever wanted to know? And
What
then
it's like to
you
be
get
this.
to watch our series, One Man, One Bike, and candid
And
interviews with some of his.
from some paramedic friends.
Yeah, it drops back into that right there.
Really?
So
Tonight on the Extreme Summer Sports Network.
Right.
it is kind of really, it really is sort of all over the place in a way. So it's like you've got to cruise from one layer to the next.
Mm-hmm. To
You
the
know?
To
next.
make it interesting.
Do you think, Nathan? Do you think they're wanting that change though, or they want kind of more consistency?
Well, what Frank played was pretty much
Just
kind of changed and did the wink, wink, and
And so did Joe.
Yeah.
Well,
And,
not
and-
the not the wink, wink thing, but the like slow and conversational to all of a sudden I'm an announcer thing.
I will say this. This is definitely not a zone 1 type read.
What?
No.
Ever wanted to know what it's like to go flying through the air?
Or
Although
everyone-
you could do
You
it.
could throw it in like for a living.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it right there. Leading in just
Well, the way the girl read it was more like matter of fact almost, right? With a little bit of sexuality to it, or
Yeah.
sensuality to it.
The
Yeah.
music.
Which is,
Yeah, well, of course, the thump up and
movie was
out.
very-
Yeah.
Exactly the person you want reading it and the type of read you want. You want it
it's
to ooze that whatever, and you want it to be a female to appeal to the 18 to 30-year-old guys, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Yep,
That's
I
what you
agree.
want.
Get their
100%.
attention.
100%. Frank.
And in another sense, this is also reaching out to the adrenaline junkies.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Sure.
Whatever,
Yeah.
to the 18 to 30-year-old
Yeah.
adrenaline junkies.
Right.
You've got the guys with XXX stamped on the back of their neck. I'm gonna,
Mhm.
you
And then
know,
the odd 35 to 40-year-old guy who doesn't realize he's grown up yet.
the guy that can drive down the road with his hair on fire and not
Make it-
care.
And loving it.
That's right.
With all that said in mind, shall we go for another round of reads?
Yes. Let's go
Sure.
for the directed reads.
Who was first?
I am.
Done.
And
I'm not sure we
then-
discussed what we're doing, but I'll give it a shot.
Okay, well, I'll mute ours.
Ever wanted to know what it's like to go flying through the air on a dirt bike for a living? Watch our series chronicling the journey of one man, one bike, and candid interviews with some of his paramedic friends tonight on the Extreme Summer Sports Network.
Did he bring in the 18 to 30-year-old women?
They're not banging on his door at all, are they?
No.
No? Okay.
Oh, there they are.
Candygram.
I
Land
think
shark.
I'd like a little more energy to the read.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
how
it's almost too
just a little more.
too low.
A little
Hey,
more
you wanna
energy,
do-
and watch your enunciation when you go through the second sentence. When you go through series chronicling the journey, you got a little
Fast.
a little fast. Than what happened was everything kind of just blended
Together.
Watch our series chronicling the journey of one man, one bike, and candid interviews with some of his paramedic friends. There it is.
Yeah. See, and on the other side of it, you did do that the first time, where you kind of put a little smile in your voice when you went into the interview
Which
part,
worked out
which is
better.
kind of cool.
All right. Let's see here.
A little more oomph.
Oomph.
Chicka wow wow.
Ever wanted to know what it's like to go flying through the air on a dirt bike for a living? Watch our series chronicling the journey of one man, one bike, and candid interviews with some of his paramedic friends tonight on the Extreme Summer Sports Network.
That was better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was. The energy's
Yes.
much better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It seems like he broke character an awful lot, for the joke part.
Yeah, it was.
Maybe too much. I don't know.
That was more of a wink, wink, slap you upside the head.
Yeah.
I
I
don't know
I
if
would
there's any nudging involved.
I would keep the same energy and the same tone of voice and all that stuff through the whole thing for you, Dan. But instead do the joke sort of slowing down a little bit in around by the paramedic friends or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like get sort of keep that character going, but get just a touch sarcastic when you're reading it at that point, maybe.
Mhm.
Okay.
Because like Russ said, you
I was a
kind of-
completely different character.
yeah, you broke character
Mhm.
about halfway through, and it's like, wow, same spot. What's the deal?
Oh, this voice requires a lot of water.
And I'd love to hear your Texas
Try
twang.
to raise your soft palate a little bit.
I think your Texas twang would lend itself to this because this sounds like a really good night, on a Saturday in Texas or something.
Be you, man. Be you, Dan.
Yeehaw.
Yeah.
Be you. You can do this.
Monster truck races.
There you go.
One day. Ever wanted to know what it's like to go flying through the air on a dirt bike for a living? Watch our series chronicling the journey of one man, one bike, and candid interviews with some of his paramedic friends tonight on the Extreme Summer Sports Network. I peaked again.
Yeah, but see, I like that.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah,
too.
that actually worked on this end. It didn't sound too bad at all.
No, it didn't sound bad at all, Dan.
Yeah.
Sounded fine.
Are we
And
talking
again,
about
this
the word friends?
Friends?
Paramedic
Friends.
friend.
Friends. Friends.
Russ lives in Texas too. He understands.
Yeah, it was a little high.
that country over in Europe where Paris is, France.
Friends.
And then there's the Dan rule. He
No, I was talking about my microphone peaked. I wasn't talking about my voice
Oh, okay.
performance.
Yeah, it sounded great. I mean, as far as on the technical side, you were fine. Yeah, there was no distortion. It was clean.
Yeah, I thought you stayed real consistent all the way through that read too.
Yep.
And I think that worked much better.
Yeah, I think so too.
And again, your natural accent lends to itself.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah,
definitely.
Without question.
Well, it's easier for me to make a character with this guy. So
there you go.
All right.
Are we satisfied, everybody?
I think it was great.
Yep. Who was next? Goldie?
Yep, that would be me. Ever wanted to know what it's like to go flying through the air on a dirt bike for a living? Watch our series chronicling the journey of one man, one bike, and candid interviews with some of his paramedic friends tonight on the Extreme Summer Sports Network.
I think the same thing that Dan had, a little more oomph.
Energy.
Yeah.
More
Are you,
energy.
trying to,
Yeah.
are you trying to seduce us, Goldie?
I was leaning towards that, but not too hard. Maybe I should lean harder.
A little bit.
Maybe.
All right. Well, how about I go extreme and then we can pull it back if I can go extreme today.
And I
Stretch the canvas.
yeah, and the other thing too, I notice every time you've read it, you always put this big break in after tonight.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah,
As
you need to
opposed to
kind of
going,
let that
Tonight on the Extreme Summer Sports Network.
Okay.
You went
tonight on
one
the
sentence.
Summer Sports
On the
Network.
Extreme
Okay,
Summer Sports Network.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see what I can do. Ever wanted to know what it's like to go flying through the air on a dirt bike for a living? Watch our series chronicling the journey of one man, one bike, and candid interviews with some of his paramedic friends tonight on the Extreme Summer Sports Network.
I would let myself go a little more. You're still a little reserved.
You're tight.
Oh, too tight. Okay.
Yeah, you're almost making it sound spooky. a little
Right.
bit.
Yes.
You
I
know,
haven't done seductive
If
in
I
a
wanted
while.
to know what the life of flying through the air.
Lady Macbeth reading a promo.
Yes.
it's almost coming off mysterious, like you're talking about a ghost seance on the Ghost Network as opposed to
Okay.
Extreme Bikes.
Okay.
Like in the Scooby-Doo episode.
It's likes.
Yeah.
All right. Here's this. Ever wanted to know what it's like to go flying through the air on a dirt bike for a living? Watch our series chronicling the journey of one man, one bike, and candid interviews with some of his paramedic friends tonight on the Extreme Summer Sports Network.
I actually like that one better.
That
Yeah.
one
Yeah,
sounded
much
we're getting
better.
there. Yeah.
I see what Frank's saying about the ghostly thing, though. I do hear that a little bit.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a little etherealness to it. I'm not exactly sure where that's coming from, but
All right.
The energy was much more consistent. I don't
Okay.
know that you need to be quite so zone one-y. You peaked a couple times. It was like,
Okay.
whoa.
yeah. Pull back and just kind of lean in a little bit when you do the
Okay.
for a living
For a
thing.
living. Okay, and then come back up. All right.
But barely. Don't
Yeah.
like go back here and then all of a sudden for a living.
Right.
Okay. Sounds good.
Like just stay back in zone 3. I wouldn't even do 2. I'd stay back in zone
Yeah.
3.
All
Get
right.
yourself back there and just let her rip, Tater Chip.
Okay. Ever wanted to know what it's like to go flying through the air on a dirt bike for a living? Watch our series chronicling the journey of one man, one bike, and candid interviews with some of his paramedic friends tonight on the Extreme Summer Sports Network.
There
Much
we go.
better.
I like
Yeah,
that.
there you go.
Oh,
And-
yeah.
And we got the wink wink on the
Yes, we
paramedic. Was
did.
perfect. Oh, I thought that was terrific.
And the ghost is going.
Yes.
That was a hireable read.
Who is that?
Me, Tim.
You
I
do
like
that.
sound effects.
I love that one.
Yeah.
That sounded like an episode of Doctor Who.
Oh, God.
You got him.
Okay.
Now it just sounds like my backyard in the snow.
Everybody's backyard. Well, I've got 5.5 inches of snow in Northwest Indiana, and it's 14 degrees outside. It's going down to 1.
It is one.
Oh, it is 1 now already?
Yeah, rookie.
All right. Where you at?
That sounded like an official weather.
You're in Connecticut?
I'm in Connecticut.
What are you, outside in the igloo or what?
I have no heat nor air conditioning in my studio, so I'm wearing gloves.
Oh, my gosh.
I woke up Sunday
Baby,
morning.
it's cold outside.
Yes,
It's
I
in here,
woke
too.
up Sunday morning with the wind chill. It was 46 below.
Wow.
Where are you at, Frank?
Winnipeg.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So it's a balmy day for you.
Yeah.
Hey, today we got up to 5 above. So,
All right.
yeah.
All right. He could go out and play golf.
Yep.
I have golfed in the snow before. Snow golf is actually a lot of fun. If anybody who's ever tried it, you use one club and a tennis ball. You just make a little tee out of
Oh,
a
that's
mound of
cool.
snow.
Yeah,
They
tennis
put,
ball.
they put a jam can down in the snow, and hit it down the fairway, and they go up and down the fairway with snowmobiles to flatten it. And you just hit down, and you go like that. And about every second or third station, they got chicken soup and hot chocolate and
Oh,
brandy,
that's
and all
cool.
kinds of stuff.
That's
So
awesome.
Wow.
they do a lot of charity events like that in wintertime.
Oh,
That is
cool.
really a cool idea.
Cool.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Anyways, who's next? Sorry to interrupt.
I think Tim was next.
Tim.
I think I am
The
next.
sound effects.
Yep. Okay. Ever wanted to know what it was like to what it's like to go flying through the air on a dirt bike for a living? Watch our series chronicling the journey of one man, one bike, and candid interviews with some of his paramedic friends tonight on the Extreme Summer Sports Network.
Yeah, same thing as everybody else. First time through,
Energy.
it's just doesn't
Yeah.
have the energy.
Yeah, it was kind of flat.
Okay,
Bless
no
you.
problem.
Hey, no self-criticism.
No,
We
no,
don't self-criticize here.
that's right. I'm not Dan.
Tim knows about the Dan.
Oh, yes.
Yes. I caught that. Man.
So more energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything
A little
else?
more, you didn't seem comfortable with it, I think, is the biggest problem with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
With that
Yeah,
read.
just pull back a little bit from your mic, you know.
Got it.
And
All right. Let it rip.
let it rip.
All right.
Yeah.
Ever wanted to know what it was like to go flying through the air on a dirt bike for a living? Watch our series chronicling the journey of one man, one bike, and the candid interviews with some of his paramedic friends tonight on the Extreme Summer Sports Network.
I didn't really,
Good energy.
I didn't really hear a question mark after for a living.
Okay, I didn't either.
And I didn't really hear any tongue in cheek or any ha-ha moment with paramedic friends.
All right.
A little.
And I would put the first question mark needed to be through the air on a dirt bike for a living. It's actually should be like 2 question marks there.
Okay. All right.
And I did catch just a tad of Rodney Dangerfield, which actually I think is a good thing for this copy.
Hey, everyone. Hey.
hey, look at his paramedic. Look, the extreme sports guy and his paramedic
so
friends.
you wanted to what?
At least he's got friends.
Yes, okay. Ever want to know what it's like to go flying through the air on a dirt bike for a living? Watch our series chronicling the journey of one man, one bike, and candid interviews with some of his paramedic friends tonight on the Extreme Summer Sports Network.
I think he caught all of the directions all at once there. That's pretty good. Nice job.
Thanks.
That was fantastic.
Thank you.
Yeah, we
Great.
gave you a whole potload of directions, and I think you hit them all.
Thank you.
Very good.
Thanks. Richard, you are next, sir.
Okay.
Ever wanted to know what it's like to go flying through the air on a dirt bike for a living? Watch our series chronicling the journey of one man, one bike, and candid interviews with some of his paramedic friends tonight on the Extreme Summer Sports Network. Crack the Extreme.
It's puberty.
Trying to do the, you're appealing to the millennial crowd.
Yeah.
I wonder what it's like.
Have you ever wondered what it's like to fly? Oh, wait, hold on.
We need to put the brown chicken brown cow in the background.
I almost didn't finish that off. It was
Like,
cracking
my voice is changing too, okay?
I'm 62 and going through puberty.
Again and again and again.
I think you're just Mr. Haney.
Yeah, you could be any divine.
Mr. Haney.
I don't know where.
Well, Mr. Douglas.
Oh, look. Buzz.
Mr. Douglas, it's going to cost you a pretty penny to get on
Penny.
the back.
That's right.
Ever wanted to know what it's like to go flying through the air?
Sorry, I got us off track. That was fun. That
was good. Thank you, Richard.
That makes me want to do this as one of my characters. I bet you can guess which one.
It's okay.
Okay. All right. Other than squeaking, what did I miss?
I think in the beginning, it's like you ramped up to the energy. Like ever wanted to know was kind of low, and then all of a sudden you took off. So it's like you didn't start amped up.
He's flying through the air.
Okay.
You ever want to know you're flying through the air?
The Jetsons.
Yes. Okay. So start out with the, and so the rest of it had the energy up until I squeaked was fine.
I think so.
Yeah, definitely, Richard.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll try again, see if I don't squeak this time. Ever wanted to know what it's like to go flying through the air on a dirt bike for a living? Watch our series chronicling the journey of one man, one bike, and candid interviews with some of his paramedic friends tonight on the Extreme Summer Sports Network. Different word this time. I've done 11 auditions today, and I think the pipes are about done. Paramedic friends. Mom, can I have another soda, please?
Lady,
Don't worry, Chef. We'll get you through this.
When you're doing for a living, like you're just going right in to watch. It's like you're not getting any time to think about the two questions. You
Gotcha.
just
Give it a couple beats.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think you're almost,
All right.
and I thought you were almost too articulate on chronicling.
Okay. Yeah. Might be. Chronicling. All right.
Oh, don't start. Don't let the guy, he's going to not say the word right now.
My favorite term for that, Frank has the best explanation of that of anybody I've ever heard give the directions for. I need to muddy it up a bit and not. I love that term and I use it all the time, but it's, that's from the theater background of articulating your words so the people in the back can hear you.
Yes.
articulate and
Articulate.
and oh, good grief! I can't.
Okay, let's see
Is
if I
it
can
pronunciate?
Yes,
No.
articulate is what it is.
articulate the mud.
You have to say correctly. Not
Oh,
correctly,
geez.
correctly. Yes.
Articulate.
That's the way I was trained. I can't help it.
There you
All
go.
right, I'll try this again. Good directions, Russ. Okay. Ever wanted to know what it's like to go flying through the air on a dirt bike for a living? Watch our series chronicling the journey of one man, one bike, and candid interviews with some of his paramedic friends tonight on the Summer Extreme Sports Network. How about on the Extreme Summer Sports Network?
So close. Other than that, it was perfect.
Yeah.
It was really good. I was just about to go mic drop, and then all of a sudden,
Wait a minute. I said Summer Extreme. I'm dyslexic. I have no idea why.
Well,
Tonight
the
on
only
the
pickup
Extreme
you'll have,
Summer
you'd have-
Sports Network.
There you go. That's the only pickup you needed.
That's all right, Ditchard. No big deal.
Yay!
Hey, when it's just one line,
Yeah.
you know.
that was really good, Richard.
Yeah, really good, buddy. Good job.
Thanks, guys. I didn't I didn't squeak or nothing.
Take a lozenge.
And Joe, you get a B up, huh? You ready? Wow us, Joe. Wow us.
Gotta pronunciate my enunciables, the syllable, this thing with
Correct
Do it as Max
emphasis on the
Headroom.
right syllable.
Do it as Max Headroom.
maybe final take. I'll do it as a
There you go. There you go.
Ever wanted to know what it's like to go flying through the air on a dirt bike for a living? Watch our series chronicling the journey of one man, one bike, and candid interviews with some of his paramedic friends tonight on the Extreme Summer Sports Network.
That's
I
a
wanna see
different
that
take
show.
on it.
I don't think there's really anything nitpicky
Major.
about that at all. I mean, that just
Yeah.
no.
It was
Checks in the mail, Joe.
I want to
Thanks
see
for
that.
wowing us.
Yes.
Damn it, Joe. No, I want to see that show.
Yeah.
I think Joe just always reads really well. I gotta say that.
Thank you.
The man knows his craft.
Yes, he
He
does.
does.
Yes.
He's a pro. He's a pro Joe. A Joe pro.
Tonight at 11.
I had nothing. I got nothing to say.
Oh, neither do I. That was really good.
No, it's really good, Joe.
That's good.
Cool.
Have anything either? Ask you to wow
Have a good
us
night,
and
Joe. We'll see you.
follow directions.
I'm out of here. Here.
Yeah, there you go.
Who is next?
You? Well, I believe Frank, right?
No, I thought it was RK.
Oh, RK.
I'll take it then. And in the future, anybody can call me Bob.
Okay,
Okay.
Bob.
Okay, Bob.
Here we go. Ever wanted to know what it's like to go flying through the air on a dirt bike for a living? Watch our series chronicling the journey of one man, one bike, and candid interviews with some of his paramedic friends tonight on the Extreme Summer Sports Network.
Good energy to start with. You died off a little at the end when you got into the
Yeah.
title of the network. It was Extreme Summer Sports Network.
Yeah, it's like, oh, and then we ended.
Like,
That's
I'm
my
out of
nap
here. I can't
time.
do it anymore. I need to catch my breath.
XP. Yeah. You
Remember, he's
just gotta
freezing out there, guys. Heat. That's nice.
I don't think you need to go up quite as hard on dirt bike and living. On a dirt
Okay.
bike for a living? I don't think we need to hit them quite that hard.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Reaching millennials or not, the upspeak probably doesn't need to happen at all.
No, heck no.
Small thing aside,
Everyone-
also be careful of your pops. You're popping some of your P's and things like
Yeah.
that. That's,
I'm nowhere near my mic anyway. I'm just
I-
using the computer mic, so I don't know.
That's probably why it's picking
I
it
think
up.
I think you just tried to hit paramedic too hard. It was
Oh, okay.
paramedic.
Yeah, big plosive.
Ever wanted to know what it's like to go flying through the air on a dirt bike for a living? Watch our series chronicling the journey of one man, one bike, and candid interviews with some of his paramedic friends. Tonight on the Extreme Summer Sports Network.
Lost the energy at the end again.
Yep,
Yeah.
sure did.
Yeah, I
You
just
have
gotta,
that pretty consistent energy right up until it seems permanent.
About where?
Yeah, watch it on the network.
Tonight.
When you put a break in before paramedic friends, and that's where you lose the energy. Don't put the break in. It's just and candid interviews with some of his paramedic friends. You seem to be taking a breath or stopping right before paramedic friends, and that seems to be where all of a sudden your energy just goes.
Oh, okay.
But
And
the
candid
tone,
interviews with some of his paramedic friends tonight on the Extreme Summer Sports Network.
There you go.
yeah.
yeah, you
One
got
more
it.
time. The whole thing.
Now
Got
the
it.
whole thing, and keep that energy like you just did at the end. That was awesome.
Ever wanted to know what it's like to? I'm going to.
He's rewinding.
Ever wanted to know what it's like to go flying through the air on a dirt bike for a living? Watch our series chronicling the journey of one man, one bike, and candid interviews with some of his paramedic friends tonight on the Extreme Summer Sports Network.
There you
Much
go.
better. Much better.
Much
Yeah.
better.
Nice.
That was consistent throughout. That
Definitely.
worked.
Attaboy,
consistent.
Bob.
Hey.
Hey, way to go, Bob.
And I don't know who was next.
That was me.
Okay,
Frank.
do it then.
Frank.
I was after Bob.
Uh,
All right, let's try this thing. Ever wanted to know what it's like to go flying through the air on a dirt bike for a living? Watch our series chronicling the journey of one man, one bike, and candid interviews with some of his paramedic friends tonight on the Extreme Summer Sports Network.
You said Franz.
Yeah, I heard Cran.
You said
Franz.
Franz.
Friends,
That's
do
all
you
right.
want to come on a dirt bike? Do
Channeling,
my friends on
I'm channeling Dan.
It happens all the time.
There you
Yeah,
go.
my friends on there.
I felt like that almost.
Whatever do you mean? That's how we pronounce it in Canada.
Friends.
Nice try.
Say
What, in
Saskatchewan.
That's
Everybody, when you said that, the whole place just went, what?
I'll try it again.
And Mr. Rogers doing this.
Ever wanted to know what it's like to go flying through the air on a dirt bike for a living? Watch our series chronicling the journey of one man, one bike, and candid interviews with some of his paramedic friends tonight on the Extreme Summer Sports Network.
Aled.
Yeah, that one worked.
Yep.
I liked a little bit of announcer part.
Yeah.
You hit the
Yeah.
right
Yeah.
post there for the one man, one bike.
Yeah.
Yep. Good job, Frank.
All right.
I don't
Yeah.
really have anything for that.
Who's
Yay me.
next? Is it Ruth or nothing?
It's Russ.
Rough.
Go
Ruth.
Ruth.
Russ.
Close enough.
Rough.
Oh, my name's Bob.
We're making noises out of your name.
I'm going to give it a little bit of an accent, but if you guys could ignore that a little bit and make sure you tell me what I'm doing wrong with the real words,
Yeah.
since you like the accent. You ever wanted to know what it's like to go flying through the air on a dirt bike for a living? Watch our series chronicling the journey of one man, one bike, and candid interviews with some of his paramedic friends tonight on the Extreme Summer Sports Network.
I like the accent.
Yeah, the
I have
accent.
no problem with
And
it.
the thing of it is the pitch
Perfect.
gives you that youthful sound, and that youthful
Exactly.
sound is going to reach that youthful audience.
Yeah.
That's right.
You know, because the kids are going to be like, "Oh, wow, cool."
Yeah.
Personally, Russ, I can picture you in Daisy Dukes and a halter top.
That's what I'm wearing.
His name, so I don't know.
Standing right next to the General Lee.
And that's why he doesn't have a picture of himself tonight.
Thanks for sharing, Frank, really.
My eyes are burning.
I can get it out of
My head.
That which cannot be unseen.
Let's see here.
Things you don't want
I
to.
think Russ, you did really good. I mean, I really like the delivery, and like Nathan said, the genre you were hitting, you hit it.
Yeah. The
With
tone,
the
the tone
young
was right. You had the
tone. Thank you.
that it was sort of the right age of voice.
Yeah.
What you had.
And
Yeah.
it was consistent throughout. I couldn't find
Yeah.
anything to.
And I like
know,
your
like-
smirk at the paramedic
Friends.
friends.
Yeah.
You know, for someone like Joe or myself, we would never get hired to do a read like this unless we were the full-on voice of the Extreme Summer Sports Network and we did everything they ever had.
Yeah.
But if it was one-off, I don't think somebody like us would get hired because we're too deep and a little too mature sounding. Someone
Yeah.
like yourself, Russ, someone like yourself, Dan, Gold, Nathan, probably. You guys have that more youthful sort of sounding voice. You would probably stand a much better chance of landing this than we would, just because, again, we've had that mature sound to us.
Hey, finally my voice goes in my favor.
Yeah.
Only it was
Sure,
a,
man, Steve.
only it was a radio station.
Do you want to do it again, Russ? You want to try to do it without an accent, just
Yeah,
because?
I do. Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Cool.
Go for it, bud.
Ever wanted to know what it's like to go flying through the air on a dirt bike for a living? Watch our series chronicling the journey of one man, one bike, and candid interviews with some of his paramedic friends tonight on the Extreme Summer Sports Network.
That works even
Yeah.
better. I think.
I'd hire you, and yes, it does. It even does
Yeah.
work better for you without the accent. For
Right.
Dan, it worked with the accent. For you, it works better without.
Yeah, I thought it was better without too. Although
Yeah.
the other with the accent was still good. So
Oh yeah, very possible. But I thought that was a really good read.
And that's your natural voice, right, Russ?
Well, I don't. You know, after you do this so many times, I don't know what your voice is sometimes. But
Yeah, that sounds like you.
I've been walking around all day talking like this just to practice.
Yes, that's right.
And it's like, hey, what? I need that program right now because if I don't get the program on the air, it's going to go very bad.
Very bad.
Keep going, Nathan. Go into the read.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nathan,
Go ahead,
do
Nathan.
do the
Oh,
dirt
wait,
spike,
what?
please.
Yeah, dirt spec, yes.
Ever wanted to know what it's like to go flying through the air on a dirt bike for a living? Watch our series chronicling the journey of one man, one bike, and candid interviews with some of his paramedic friends. Tonight on the Extreme Summer Sports Network.
That's one of the
Good
best Irish accents I've ever heard.
Yeah, really.
now Italian.
Terrible Texas accent.
Wait, so we're gonna do one with your normal accent?
Yes, I'm going to do one with my normal voice. I've been playing with that other one all day long, but it helps me to stay loose.
Yeah, it's good.
I think we went a little bit into the count on Sesame Street.
Yeah, just a little bit, but it's that Russian thing. You know, so.
Count.
Yeah, exactly. I
A
expected
little
you to
bit
start
of it.
laughing there at that one point, going, journey of one
Yeah,
man.
one. One cookie, two cookie, three cookie.
You know, I happen to have a Henson Muppet in here.
Uh-oh.
Well, let's hear this spot in your real voice there,
Okay,
Nathan.
let's hear my. Okay. Ever wanted to know what it's like to go flying through the air on a dirt bike for a living? Watch our series chronicling the journey of one man, one bike, and candid interviews with some of his paramedic friends tonight on the Extreme Summer Sports Network.
Yeah, I like the first one better. Can you split the difference?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll get a little more relaxed next week.
Russian with a Texas twang, please.
Yeah, please.
Sound like a Russian who's lived here for like 20 years.
Right. Yakov Smirnov.
Yakov Smirnoff.
What a country.
What a country! You can go flying through the air on dirt bike.
There you go.
Ever wanted to know what it's like to go flying through the air on a dirt bike for a living? Watch our series chronicling the journey of one man, one bike, and candid interviews with some of his paramedic friends tonight on the Extreme Summer Sports Network.
I'll tell you, for the first time I've seen anybody use their hands and flailing and stuff, the energy did stay up there.
Yep, that always works.
Yeah.
That is I've kind of like been trained to do that, use my hands constantly. On top of that, that's how I always talk. I'm just constantly moving my hands. It's hard for me to talk and drive.
Yeah, really.
But by the way, for the ending piece, I don't do many promos, but when I was doing my promo demo, one of the things the director was like, at the end, she's like, take your hand and just run it forward.
So you continue on.
Just reading that last line.
Right.
Just make yourself read all the way through and past it.
Yep.
Because I have the same tendency to go down at the end.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yep,
the
that's
end
one
is
of
where
mine.
they always stick the network name. And it's
Yep.
like, you can't go down at the end.
No, not ever.
Yep.
I thought
I have habits. I have no habits.
the paramedic friend's laugh was like perfect.
Mhm.
Yeah, I really like that. It was subtle. It was sort of in behind. It wasn't like really
In your
noticeable,
face.
but
Right.
yeah, it wasn't exactly. But it was subtle enough that you still picked up on it, and the fact that there was the joke there. So I like that. That was really good, Nathan.
yeah, that
I think
happened.
Joe, you did that the first read we did before we did the second go arounds.
Yes, you did.
You added that Joe that laugh in there, and it sounded really good too.
Yeah.
Awesome. I think
All
that
right.
was everybody.
That was.
Everybody.
That was. Now we
Still got an hour left. What are we gonna do?
can
Yeah. We do the character voices around? What?
Sure. Let's
Yeah,
do
we could
character
do a round of character voices, and for everybody new on here and everybody new watching, most of the time, if you're doing a read like this and you're going to do it with a character voice, like I did, it's a pattern break. Okay. Now, see, I've been listening to everybody else's read, and I'm a bit of a mimic, and I didn't want to try to pick up on what everybody else's style was, but do something of my own. Helps me to not get into that same pattern, rhythm, and especially if you get into the same rhythm of your own. If you're doing multiple takes on the same line, you have to break your pattern. So the next thing we're doing is what's known as a pattern break. And we're also doing this for fun because, well, have fun with your copy.
Right, why not? Right.
If you're not having fun, you're doing it wrong.
Exactly. Exactly.
And by the way, anybody here who's uncomfortable with it, nobody's judging you on how well or how not well you do it.
Oh, exactly. Exactly.
We're just strictly here having fun now at this point. Not that we weren't having fun before.
Yeah.
So
we were getting paid before.
Oh no, we were having fun.
Oh, fun. Okay.
Yeah,
This will be
we're
great
starting-
exposure.
It's always fun to get
exposure.
Yeah, exposure. People get arrested for exposure.
Yeah, Russ has got those Daisy Dukes on, so
Or
we got to watch
frostbite,
it.
depending upon which thing we're exposing.
I was going to say up in Connecticut now, yeah, that would be happening.
And we don't want to hear any brown chicken, brown cow.
No, not at all.
Brown cow.
But we're gonna pick it ourselves, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we can either
Yeah.
pick it ourselves, or do you
I do.
guys want everybody just to say try doing it like this, just out of just for fun, to see if how well you can do it?
I think we should just do our own and then we
Yeah,
decide.
Yeah, they do our own, and then if we want, we could ask for
Yep.
give me a zone.
Okay.
Oh, so who's first?
What are we
Here's
doing? What are we
Dan.
doing?
Dan.
Any
that's
character
right.
voice you want, Dan.
Any character.
Except for a
I
country.
am a character.
Except for country. Nope, sorry, I can't use that one.
You can't do country.
You
Okay,
can do
so I can
Western,
do-
but you can't do
I can do
country.
my normal voice.
But rock
Nobody
and roll.
caught that one, did they?
How about if I do Arkansas instead of Texas?
How about you do Canadian, eh?
Yeah.
I don't speak Canadian. I wouldn't want to butcher you.
Well, why don't you age it in a direction?
Do an old man.
Do an old man.
Ever wanted to know what it's like to go flying through the air on a dirt bike for a living? Watch our series chronicling the journey of one man, one bike, and candid interviews with some of his paramedic friends. Tonight on the Extreme Summer Sports Network.
We attacked the Yankees at dawn.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like a little Bill Clinton going on there, didn't it?
Oh no, I can do Bill Clinton, but I'm not going to.
Oh, okay.
Wait a minute, maybe I can.
That's what he said.
I can do Ross Perot.
There you go.
Can I speak? Can I say something, please? Everyone to know what it's like to go flying through the air on a dirt bike for a living? Let me tell you something. Watch our series chronicling the journey of one man, one bike, and candid interviews with some of his paramedic friends. Tonight on the Extreme Summer Sports Network. Wow, that's terrible.
We're not supposed to do that. It was fun, right?
It was funny.
Okay.
Can I say something, please? I have so many things that I've got to do that I don't know what I'm going to do anymore. Okay.
All right, who's next?
I think that'll be
Goldie.
Goldie.
Okay. Ever wanted to know what it's like to go flying through the air on a dirt bike for a living? Watch our series chronicling the journey of one man, one bike, and candid interviews with some of his paramedic friends. Paramedic friends tonight on the Extreme Summer Sports Network.
Ooh.
I
Okay, can I
lost.
try that again? Yeah,
It's okay.
okay.
Still good though.
Well, if the Extreme Summer Sports Network is in the UK, that would have worked.
Yep. You want to do it again?
Again, okay, hang on a
If
second.
you want, whatever you want to do.
I just wanted to get myself back to the Scottish. It was my mum to expect 4 puppies. Then there's another one. Okay. Ever wanted to know what it's like to go flying through the air on a dirt bike for a living? Watch our series chronicling the journey of one man, one bike, and candid interviews with some of his paramedic friends tonight on the Extreme Summer Sports Network.
There you go.
I loved your puns.
Very
They had
good.
a very
That was good.
good tone to it.
Good. Good.
Oh, that was great,
That's
Lassie.
good.
I really enjoyed it. It was super. Truly, it was.
Yes.
The super great.
You've got to listen to her voice and hire her.
Yes.
Next time you've got a haggis to sell. You don't need to go anywhere else other than Goldie.
I discovered slightly tangentially, that in Washington there is a Chinese New Year Robert Burns thing that happens, that they do that obviously is in Chinese New Year and not on Robert Burns' birthday, where they do a full Chinese New Year meal, whatever that normally is, but it's a lot of courses, and one of the courses is haggis.
Joy, you come over. We got a car now. We even come pick you up, and then you eat haggis with us. It's all good. You see, you have fun. Come on.
Next.
But anyway, next is Tim.
Okie dokie.
Ever wanted to know what it's like to go flying through the air on a dirt bike for a living? Watch our series chronicling the journey of one man, one bike, and candid interviews with some of his paramedic friends. Tonight on the Extreme Summer Sports Network.
You're aiming at animation?
Hey.
Is that going to be your niche? Because that was good.
Oh, thanks, man.
Really good. Yeah.
Thank you.
You found the voice just right. Thank you.
Do you want to
Who's
do another
next?
one since you went through that one so quick?
All right, yeah, sure. Okay.
And nobody complained.
Nobody complains.
Okay, we
We
lost
were all
somebody.
sitting here in stunned silence.
Yeah. Ever wanted to know what it's like to go flying through the air on a dirt bike for a living? Watch our series chronicling the journey of one man, one bike, and candid interviews with some of his paramedic friends. Tonight on the Extreme Summer Sports Network.
Thank you, Dusty.
Mhm.
And who is next? That's good. I like that, Tim.
That's
Thank you.
moi.
Thanks. Oh.
Let's see. Okay. You ever wonder what it's like to be going? You ever wanted to know what it's like to go flying through the air on a dirt bike for a living? Watch our series chronicling the journey of one man, one bike, and candid interviews with some of his paramedic friends tonight on the Extreme Summer Sports Network. Parametric friends? That was
Parametric.
Parametric.
Well, that's how they pronounce it over in Ireland, don't you?
Parametric friends.
Parametric friends. You know,
They
it's
really
metric
measure
in
up.
Europe, you know.
You've got a funny way of saying things over there, don't you know?
Oh, Lord, if I could
Great
read the
big
words
Torah
that-
Laura log you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Want a second or
Joe next, I
Oh,
think.
you want me to? Yeah, let
Or
me do
a
it.
second
Let me
one if
try
you
a
want.
second time because I need to read the words that are actually there. And my, you know, for kicks. Do you ever wanted to know what it's like to go flying through the air on a dirt bike for a living? Watch our series chronicling the journey of one man, one bike, and candid interviews with some of his paramedic friends tonight on Extreme Summer Sports Network.
I like it.
That was a little better.
Yeah.
Oh, look, you get the golf clap from Bob.
Yeah, Bob gave you the glove.
The
He gave you the
silent
glove.
golf clap because he's got gloves.
It's the Marcel version.
There you go. No, we always do the golf clap, Bob. You had it
Yes,
right the
yes.
first time.
Yeah.
Oh, can I do one more impression? Can I do Marcel?
Yes.
Oh, Lord, I and my
He did speak in silent
And
movie.
then it's followed
The
by
version of the sound of silence.
That's right, yeah.
He spoke in silent movie.
I know that. Actually, I worked with him on stage at
Did
college,
you really?
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
cool.
Wow.
and I heard him speak.
Did you?
Yeah.
I used to watch
Teller
him on
speaks on
Johnny Carson.
Big Bang Theory.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
All right. Sorry,
Oh,
we
yeah, that's
digress.
true.
Who's next? I'm
Oh,
sorry.
it's Joe's turn.
Richard. Joe.
Joe.
Ever wanted to know what it's like to go flying through the air on a dirt bike for a living? Watch our series chronicling the journey of one man, one bike, and one penguin, and candid interviews with some of his paramedic friends. Tonight on the Extreme Sports Summer Sports Network.
I would have liked to have been able to watch you do that, but you're frozen.
Oh, I know. Me too.
Penguin?
Yeah. Yeah. I thought Andy Dufresne was gonna be in there too. That was good, man. That was good, Joe.
You want to try another one with a different voice?
Yeah. Okay. Somebody want to pick one for me?
Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, we're all counting on you.
Do your Vincent Price.
Yeah.
Oh, Price.
Yeah, Vincent Price.
Okay.
Thriller version.
Darkness.
Ever wanted to know what it's like to go flying through the air on a dirt bike for a living? Watch our series chronicling the journey of one man, one bike, and candid interviews with some of his paramedic friends.
I think I just wet myself. You scared me.
Joe did that voice for me. I did a couple of years back. I did a Halloween special on air, and he did the opening for me.
Yeah, that's right.
Excellent job, Joe.
For me. It was
Great
awesome.
job.
It was really, really good.
You scared me.
All right.
Tim, while you're doing the Marceau, you should have a John Cage soundtrack in the background.
Oh, which one?
John Cage.
John Cage. Yeah, I should. Who's next?
I think it's
I'll
Bob.
give it a whirl.
Is it Bob?
Ever
Okay.
wanted to know what it's like to go flying through the air on a dirt bike for a living? Watch our series chronicling the journey of one man, one bike, and candid interviews with some of his paramedic friends. Tonight on the Extreme Sports Summer Network. Extreme Summer. I blew that.
That's okay. Try it again.
No.
Yeah, do it again.
Okay.
Okay. That's it, Bob?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Franklin's.
My turn.
Ever wondered what it's like to go flying through the air on a dirt bike for a living? Let me tell you. Watch our series chronicling the journey of one man, one bike, and candid interviews with some of his paramedic friends. Tonight on the Extreme Summer Sports Network. You better be watching. You hear me?
Thanks, boss.
Oh, thank you, Pluto.
Very good.
Excellent.
Richard's over here talking without his microphone on again.
He's playing Marcel.
I was laughing too much. Even I forgot. I'm glad to know I'm still in prime form here. That was awesome.
Yep.
Just trying to think if there's anything else.
Oh, come on, Frank. You got somebody else in there.
Oh, I got others. I'm just trying to think who I should do next. That's all. I got this one character. She's a French sort of diva cat. I call her Yvette Mew Mew. So,
Wow. Me. Wow.
Enchanté, my petit toy fans. Ever wanted to know what it is like to go flying through the air on a dirt bike for a living? Watch our series chronicling the journey of one man, one bike, and one candid interview with some of his paramedic friends tonight on the Extreme Summer Sports Network. Kissy, kissy.
Miss Piggy. Miss Piggy.
Very nice.
I screwed up the line in there.
Oh, that's all right. We
I
don't
believe I'm
care.
getting a case of the vapors.
Lordy, it's hot in here.
I heard Miss Piggy.
Me too.
Probably. Is Piggy with a bit of a French accent.
Yep.
Is it Russ?
Russ?
Yeah, I've been doing auditioning for some of these type of reads, so give me some genuine feedback. Okay. Ever wanted to know what it's like to go flying through the air on a dirt bike for a living? Watch our series chronicling the journey of one man, one bike, and candid interviews with some of his paramedic friends tonight on the Extreme Summer Sports Network.
Very deadpan.
Yes. I think you said one band, not one man. That's
Yeah.
the only thing I heard. I believe they call your.
I think that was a technical thing.
Oh, might have been.
Yeah.
Yeah, that may have been a Zoom
glitch.
glitch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, it does
Never
that
mind.
every once in a while.
Never mind. But as far as like that kind of read, like for sandals or something like that, I mean, does it sound too hokey? Does it sound?
No,
not at all.
No, it sounds natural. Yeah.
No, that was a natural read. It just what the copy is. So
yeah.
Yeah.
I've known you for an hour and 22 minutes, and I thought that was maybe your regular voice.
Okay.
There you go. That's a compliment.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Definitely.
Okay, and I've got an old man character. He's pretty old though, from what I've heard.
Okay. All right.
All right. Ever wanted to know what it's like to go? Ever wanted to know what it's like to go flying through the air on a dirt bike for a living? Watch our series chronicling the journey of one man, one bike, and candid interviews with some of his paramedic friends tonight on the Extreme Summer Sports Network.
Cool.
Yeah, nice take on that.
More warble in your voice.
The retirement home will never be the same.
Try and put it down a little deeper into your throat there if you can. Right about here. It's kind of coming up the top of your palate.
Yeah. Okay.
And now the one we've all been waiting for.
Nathan, do you have any characters?
Ahoy, everybody! Ever wanted to know what it's like to go flying through the air on a dirt bike for a living? I know I do sometimes. Watch our series chronicling the journey of one man, one bike, and candid interviews with some of his paramedic friends. I told you would get hurt on a dirt bike. I told you. Tonight on the Extreme Summer Sports Network. Now get off that dirt bike before you break your legs.
Oh, that's great. That was great.
By the way, I loved your mall picture on Facebook.
Yes.
Item cowboy.
Yeah.
Yes, that was awesome.
Yes, he gave a whole new meaning to get along, little doggy.
Yeah.
I'm just a little kid at heart.
Okay, do it in that voice.
Yeah, do it in that voice.
Fly down to a place for living. What I did, cross the journey. Oh, and I'm the night. I can't even get this. I'm the fan and the fan. I should tell you. That's it.
Scary part was I could follow along with it.
I know.
I need an interpreter for that.
Yes.
Yes. Well, I blended reading with baby babble. That's
all right.
Babbling in there.
That's an art form within itself. But the
Yes.
thing of it is,
Like Bam Bam, right?
is if you're going to do toys or any kind of,
I'm sure you've had them too. I've actually had auditions for cartoons where one of the characters is not understandable by anybody,
right?
Except
Yeah.
one other character, and when he speaks, it's gibberish.
Uh-huh.
But it has to follow the script. They write actual words.
yeah. And
And
then you
just like that was done there.
Yeah.
Right.
yeah,
Scripted gibberish. How nice.
Really good.
yeah.
King of the Hill.
I get the funniest looks because somebody comes around the corner thinking there's an actual little kid standing there, and they see a near 50-year-old man standing there going,
Security. Security.
Clean up on aisle 2, please.
Yes. And 3 and 4.
All right.
Well,
Yeah,
that
we
was
do,
fun
man.
tonight.
Yes. Hey guys, watching us on YouTube, this is the kind of fun we have on the mic check. I mean, always. No matter what the read is, no matter what the script is, we're a lot of fun to be around. And if you haven't joined us, come on and join us. We're here every Monday, and it's a great place to be on a Monday night. I couldn't think of any better place to be on a Monday night. This is a great place to be, and we're a great bunch of people to be around. So down there, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. That little subscribe button down there. You'll see the red button on the end. It'll say subscribe to, but push that button and push the little bell so you can get notifications from us to when the mic check events pop up. And come join us on Facebook. That way you can see when you can join us. And hey, we'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Toodles. Bye.
Join us every Monday for free script practice. You can also find the Mic Check on Facebook and Twitter. If you liked what you saw, then subscribe for more.